So I ran across yesterday after I made my video that some more videos pertaining to people in academia, mostly, we're touching on, kind of on the other opposite end of the spectrum of Christianity. The place that people travel to when they become so discouraged with their own religion that they leave. It's the same thing, but it's just the opposite of the same thing, which they need. They need a church, they need these things. And we have a lady called Robyn Walsh, and I've talked about her before just a little bit. But she had an interview on CJ Corn's Right, I think his name is, the channel name. Oh, wow. I don't want to touch too much. There's really not that much to say. Other than she is another mouthpiece for complete obliteration of anything that makes any sense that the New Testament is trying to convey. All she does is obscure and confound something that makes perfect sense. She applies things. I mean, obviously, in 2,000 years, things have changed. People have put their grimy little hands all over the New Testament. And they've said their opinion, just like I'm saying my opinion right now. But I'm not touching anything. I'm not changing anything. I'm actually having to say, no, none of that stuff matters, and go all the way back to day one. And saying, this is what it means in its proper sense. If that's correct. This is what it's really saying. This is what it really means. It has nothing to do with medieval Europe or anything else. Let me demonstrate something real quick. Let's go to our friends over here. Years and years of study and academia, and for all these people. Let's see what they come up with. Now this is an anonymous login. Excuse me, I should have blown my nose. Okay. Correcting meaning. You can see it's pretty technical. And what I'm going to try to do here, is, I know this thing is very, AI is very sensitive to what you say, exactly how you term things. It determines what you're really after. So I'm going to try to phrase everything a certain way. Okay. I'm sorry, I know that makes a noise, but I got to do it because I don't want to take too much time doing this. I doubt you want to go on too far, but I'm just gonna prove to you, and you can do this yourself. You can do this with anyone. Just be as neutral as possible. Don't say, "Hey, do you know that satanic worshiping heretic, Robyn Faith?" Don't do that. Just say, "Do you know who this person is?" Okay. So you mean okay. You're asking a stricter question. Yes or no? No, not in a simple absolute sense. What do they mean? Not the kind that can be verified as clean, yes, this matches reality, or no, it doesn't, but the blunt reality. We do not have enough data to confirm a fully accurate reality reconstruction. Christianity. Our model is plausible and evidence based, but not verifiable as object historical fact. Now, this is where I kind of lead it into something that I wanted to say, and I'm going to try to stay away from it because I noticed it did that. I mean, I really want a strict answer here. If you're forcing a strict binary answer, no. No, because Robyn Faish Wolf is unreliable, but because her claims cannot be proven or objective, confirmed reality given the evidence we have. Yes or no? I hate to push these answers, but yes. Her views are based on what is actually written in the New Testament, including the language, wording, and literary features. But remember, she's interpreting that material, not just repeating it. No. It's getting real technical here. That's got to go on and on. So she gets pretty high remarks. She is correct. Okay. Obviously, I'm setting this thing up because I think he's just telling me what I want to hear. I don't know what this thing's doing. Here we go. Yes or no? That's a fair way of putting it. I don't want to go too much further. I mean, you kind of see where I'm going with this. Blah, 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 right? Because the thing is that none of these people are necessary. And they do. All they do is obscure what's being said, just like everyone else before them has. And I don't want to do that. But they're in these institutions, these academic institutions, and they're really smart, and they are smart people. But you don't need to say anything. And she even makes a statement in this video that, classicists don't want to read this stuff. Well, of course they don't, because it's so simple. She said that the apostles, I think that's what she was saying, like the apostles went to school and read Homer. I don't know where she gets this stuff from. You don't have to write your own letters with your own hand for them to be your own. These are accounts. These are groups of people that says, yes, I hear your story and I believe it, and I know someone who writes Greek, and I know someone that has paper, and I know someone that has some ink, and we could just write this stuff out. We can organize it. It's going to cost a little money, but that's fine. Something more like that. They didn't go to school. They didn't go get their degree. Okay? That's not what happened. And that's very clear because all their letters are different. All of them. If you look at them, they're all different. And that's why they're different. The message of the New Testament is so simple, it's obscured when even someone like me tries to explain it. And these people teach, Americans, in this case, people, a lot of them who are disciples of Christ or Christians. And people lose their children over to these atheists. And it's no wonder why, because they failed them. Because they're doing, in a way, the exact same thing. They're just lying. They're making things up that aren't true. And they never hear the real message that brings them to God. And that's where it happens. That's where the magic happens. The faith that brings them to prayer before God. And you know all this stuff. You know all this stuff. She made another claim. I'll show you the video. I'll just show you. Where is it? No, it's not on there anymore. It was this one. Give me some dumb. It's this one right here. It's a 200-year-old myth busted thing. I mean, she says things like Jesus was a Jew. Everyone says Jesus was a Jew. Jesus was born into that religion. Jesus rejected what we would refer to as Judaism, that religion. His apostles rejected that religion as well. They all did. They were not Jews. It was not a Jewish movement. It was nothing. It didn't have a title. This thing doesn't have a title. I'm a disciple. Disciple of what? These words. How do you apply these words? This is how you apply it. Oh, well, let's make a religion out of it. Let's create something. Let's put it down on paper. It doesn't work that way. It's like the wind. You can't capture it. There's no religion that was started because of it. There was just people that believed. The ecclesia, okay? The group, or the assembly, but people call it the church. It's not really the church. It's just a group of people. Israel. Things being grafted onto the branch that is called Israel. The true Israel. These people were not Jews. Maybe people historically thought, oh, this was a Jewish movement. Okay, fair enough. But that's not what it is. And it's the same thing today. You leave Christianity. You leave becoming a Catholic or a Jehovah's Witness or something to follow Christ. What he said that God told him to tell us properly. You leave. Just like all the apostles, they left. Why do you think, like Paul got up Peter's rear end about stuff like meals and adhering to Judaistic traditions? And he understood that. And he even claims that he's talking to the dead, Jesus Christ. Or who was Jesus Christ after he had died, however you want to put it. But she doesn't understand any of these concepts. This is day one stuff. She don't understand any of it. But she has all these notions and this is that, and I don't even really want to go into it. It's so stupid. Just a really dumb, dangerously dumb person. A complete waste of life. The most dangerous type of person. She could give you COVID. She could give you the Ebola virus, and it would be better than to sit here and listen to the things that she has to say. I can't imagine. I mean, she's actually teaching in a classroom probably right now. That's what she does. I think she's a teacher, right? She's a professor. She's a scholar. And she's the best scholar, according to what she's saying. She really does think she's at the tip of the spear. And she knows absolutely nothing. She would never talk to me. She wouldn't dare. Because she would find out really quickly that I actually understood these things. And I could prove it. They weren't Jews. They broke the Sabbath. They were still living in a time where they could be punished. They had people that walked around and said, hey, you can't do that. That was mostly done to be cohesive in that group. Make sure everyone's following the law. But they left it. They left everything. They left everything. Don't you understand that? That's what Jesus says. You have to leave everything. And some made-up religion based on something that happened thousands or hundreds of years before that time wasn't it. Jesus was not a Jew. He was born into it, he followed it, and then he got baptized, and everything changed. And it changed for everyone else too. Until someone came along and created another organization that people, we'll say the Catholic Church, fight over. Oh, that was ours. We did that. She doesn't know anything. She's incredibly dangerous. Talk. She doesn't know anything. I don't even know how to articulate it properly. Go anonymously to ChatGTP and just like I did, ask it questions. You'll see it within 10 minutes. A whole career can just be, invalidated like that. It's very simple, but everyone believes them. But these are new times for people who want to know the truth. Take care.